As you can see, it's time to roll up our sleeves and let some of these fish go. We've caught a lot of nice fish today, and quite a few of them we put in the live well so that we could let them go later and not spook the fish where we were fishing. I'm not sure if it helped today or not, but it certainly didn't hurt the fish. So let's start letting these beauties go. We really did catch some real nice fish today. Now look at how light colored this one is. That's a beautiful smallmouth, about 2.5 pounds. Go back. That's one. Steve, you got a nice one there? Whoa. We've got some feisty fish here.
One thing about fish in the live well, they will work you a little bit when you try to get them back up.
They sure will. There's another nice fish. Boy, we caught some good ones today, Steve, you know? We really did. That's a beauty. There's another nice one. Boy, you know, we really did good today, and I like the fact that we get to release these fish. Ooh, there's a beauty. Look at this one. Now here's another one of these beautiful fish. Look at that, and it got Steve all wet too. Real nice. Let that one go. Real good. Okay. There's a nice smallmouth. Whoop, come on. There you go. That's a beauty. Another nice one. We caught so many nice Mohawk fish today. That's a real beauty. I want to show you some of the crayfish that these fish have spit up. There's one right here. That's what these fish have been feeding on. And like Steve said, if you look, they do have green pinchers. Now you can see this is a fresh crayfish. This fish has not been digested at all. And if you look at the very tips, you can see there's even a little bit of orange on the tips there. Let's talk a little bit about the two baits that really worked for us today. Now we did catch one fish early on a Gitsit, but basically most of our fish came on a chartreuse spinnerbait. I know you were using a 3/4 ounce, I was using a 1/2 ounce, and it's got double willow blades, all chartreuse. I started out with a trailer hook, but the fish were biting so good that I took it off because it was going to hurt the fish, and there's no reason to do that. If you need a trailer hook, you should use one, but if you don't, there's no reason to use one. So here's the chartreuse spinnerbait we were using today. We were reeling it real fast and real shallow. This is a high-speed reel we were using. You were using a high-speed reel too, weren't you, Steve?
Using a 6.2 to 1 high-speed reel also.
Which really makes it a lot easier to move the bait fast.
It was almost waking the bait underneath the surface.
I was doing the same thing. I was reeling it as fast as I could while allowing it to stay under the water. The other bait we were using today was a jerk bait. I was using a full-size clown-colored rogue, and if you'll notice, I've got weight on the hooks. I took 2 of the hooks and I put a suspend strip on each one, which lets it suspend a little bit better. Now it depends on the bait, the individual baits, the buoyancy of them does change from bait to bait. So you really have to make sure that you don't put too much weight on when you do this. Some baits, 1 suspend strip is enough. Some baits, 1 suspend strip is too much per hook. And what I found was working, Steve, was jerking it down there and just letting it sit.
I think the weight that you put on those hooks might have been the key. It allowed the bait to sit there for 10 to 15 seconds. That seemed to be triggering the strike when the bait was just sitting dormant.
I lucked out today. This was the first rogue I picked up, and I tend to go towards a rogue that's a little bit weighted. When I jerk this bait down and let it sit, it will just hover there. It doesn't sink, it doesn't rise, it'll just hover there. And that works with this one. With another one, if I put this much weight on it, it might sink. Another one, this might not be enough weight. It really depends on the individual bait. But that's the story on the baits we were using today. They're baits that work very well this time of year. Steve, what other baits do you like to use this time of year out here?
If we get a real bad cold front, last night we had a mild cold front. If we get a real bad cold front, it seems to push the fish to the bottom. Then I'll go to a 3.5-inch Gitsit in a crawfish color. It's
only about 3:30. We still got a little bit of fishing time. Let's go see if we can catch a few more and then get out of here.
I think we need to be doing that.
Let's go. Oh, here's one. Right at the boat. Not a bad fish. He's on the back hook. I'm gonna just try and swing him in. Here we go. Here, I'm gonna try. There we go. Not a bad fish. Again, when you're fishing these baits with 1,000,000 hooks in them, you gotta be careful, or you can really really hurt yourself. Whoop. But that's a nice chunk, 2.25 pound fish. Very nice. Ooh. Here we go. This is a nice fish. Ooh.
This is a bomber.
This is a nice fish. Ooh, and he slammed it. Nice. Very nice, very nice. Real good. Again, look at that. That bait they really wanted. Hooked in the front hook, hooked in the middle hooks. What a beautiful fish. Now that's a day of fishing here on the Mohawk River in central New York. We're glad you could be with us today. For Angling Insights, I'm Dave Hadley. We'll see you next time. Okay, fishy.